Arts Live. We'll take a moment here to make sure all of our streaming platforms are online with us this morning. Access Arts Live is your source of. Okay, I think we're all on. I think we're all on live now, and I can remove the overlay here. Hi, I'm John Paval with your weekend update of performing arts live streams. Starting with the first one in less than 2 hours from now. It's the Australian Digital Concert Hall, something we haven't promoted before, live streaming a Bach concert by, of course, the Bach Academy Australia, which is led by Baroque violinist Madeleine Easton, a longtime collaborator of the Royal College of Music in London. So they'll be playing selections from the Well-Tempered Clavier, the Violin Concerto in A minor, and sacred arias from some Bach oratorios, among other things. You can take a morning break here in Europe. It would be at 11:30 Central European Time, very early morning, 5 a.m. Eastern Daylight Time, or late Thursday night, 2 a.m. Friday morning Pacific Daylight Time on the West Coast. If you're up watching this, stay up a little later maybe and watch that. And it's at 7:30 p.m. Australian Eastern Time. So later in the day, at more regular hours for viewing, on Friday today at 7 o'clock Central European Time in the evening, 1 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time, and 10 a.m. Pacific Daylight Time, Opera Vision is back free of charge as always with a live stream of Benjamin Britten's Albert Herring, the story of May Day adventures in a little town when the local committee is unable to come up with a suitable young woman to be named the annual May Queen. And so they decide instead to nominate a nice young man who runs the local produce shop with his mother to be the May King. And the comedy just goes uphill or downhill from there, depending on your point of view. The ensemble includes Opera North favorites Dave Fife Jones as Albert and Katie Bray as Nancy. Then we move on to Saturday. Saturday, the Berlin Philharmonic and Deutsche Grammophon Stage Plus are live streaming two great concerts in competition with each other at the same time. You'll have to choose. 8 o'clock Central European Time, 2 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time, and 11 a.m. Pacific Daylight Time. The Berlin Phil will be performing its annual open-air concert at Val de Bühne, which gets about an audience of 20,000 people or so, with Kirill Petrenko conducting. Of course, the phenomenal pianist Yuja Wang will blaze away at Prokofiev's first piano concerto. My friend Ron Pavelis tells me she's not just phenomenal, she's a goddess. But you'll also hear a number of well-known crowd pleasers because, it's a big popular event. Mussorgsky's Night on Bald Mountain, Ravel's very sweet Pavan pour un enfant des Fentes, the dreamy Daphnis and Chloe number 2, and a bang-up send-off with Bolero. But at the same time, Stage Plus is live streaming the superb bass baritone Bryn Terfel at the Festival Saint-Denis in Paris, singing arrangements of Scottish, Irish, and Welsh folk songs arranged by none other than the venerable Ludwig van Beethoven. Who knew? Anyway, Terfel will be surrounded by Celtic expert musicians and the harp and the flute and bagpipes and so on, and the Orchestre Nationale de Bretagne, that very Celtic corner of France, conducted by Grant Llewellyn. It's not an easy choice to make, but at least you know you cannot go wrong with either choice. That's it for this week. Have a great musical weekend, and from here in Stockholm, glad midsommarafton. Have a happy Midsummer's Eve. Ciao for now.